Hi, my name is Bob Ryan. I'm here for the weekly sports article. It's entitled Getting Past the Audition. Please make sure you remind some of your friends that they have the same opportunity, that they can watch this anytime they want here on YouTube. Let's go to the article now. In a sense, all of us are auditioning. Maybe it's to get a raise in pay, maybe to get a promotion, maybe just to keep our job, yada, 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 something along those lines. It's very true in the sports world. To make the MLB and to become a starter, to convince management that you really can play second base, center field, third base, whatever it might be. For the Cardinals right now, many players are auditioning. Some to stay on the roster, some to become an everyday player, some to move up in the status of manager, maybe to get higher in the batting order. Every player wants to be a starter or a closer. Players outside of pitchers audition to become an everyday starter. Since the trade deadline, General Manager John Mozeliak analyzed the production and costs of each piece of his show. Some were good performers at their costs for him and the Cardinals. Some were too high. He parted ways with his star closer Ryan Helsley and pitcher Steven Matz and Phil Maton, with the intentions of lowering his salary expenses. Matz has become a bring me in the game at any time kind of man. Of course, the closer, Helsley, was the closer going into the season and was still fulfilling that role. Surprisingly, Phil Maton had come kind of out of nowhere, and he was showing unexpected skill coming out of the bullpen. He was included in this trio of pitchers who were removed from the roster via a trade at the last minute. With Mo moving on to another job after the end of the season, I think he's relieved that this process is over for the last time. The DeWitt ownership, from my view, has tied his hands with regard to acquiring talent. It seems to me that their bottom line approach for cutting costs makes it tough to acquire talent that's ready to play and contribute immediately. This is despite an unbelievable change in the value of the Cardinals since their purchase. When Mr. DeWitt purchased the Cardinals in 1995, the cost was $150 million. That's a lot of money. Their current estimated value, according to the fine folks at Forbes, is $2.5 billion. 1.5 million to 2.55 billion. That's an increase of 1,566%. Now that's over 30 years, but 1,500% gain on anything over any time is really fantastic. Question is, could DeWitt sell the team for $2.55 billion right now? What do you think? Most of Mozeliak's significant trades have occurred on the day of the deadline, if not hours before, sometimes minutes before. He traded Tommy Edman last year in the afternoon of the deadline. Jack Flaherty was traded roughly an hour before the 2023 trading deadline. And Mozeliak's acquisition of Jordan Montgomery from the New York Yankees for Harrison Bader came together just minutes before the 2022 deadline. So did his 2021 deal for John Lester. So last-minute dealing is the MO for Mo. It could have been worse. Bob Nightingale of USA Today reported that the Cardinals would have loved to move starters Sonny Gray, Miles Mikolas, and Wilson Contreras. All three of them, they're ready to move them. But these three told the Cardinals they would not waive their no-trade contracts. My prediction of almost 2 years ago that the DeWitts are looking to sell the club are looking more and more likely to me as they keep lowering their expenses. Not even given a chance to view their auditions on the field, Mizzou recently lost two prime recruits. Mizzou suffered a large blow in its 2026 recruiting class as these two different defensive prospects who were ranked very, very high on MU's recruiting charts changed their decision on what school to attend next year. Four-star safety Jaden McGregory has committed to Louisville. McGregory is ranked as the number 400 player in the country, as well as the number 24 athlete and number 4 in his home state of Iowa. This was a significant loss for Mizzou, as they don't have that many options to pivot to in that position. McGregory chose University of Louisville over Mizzou. I'm speculating that Louisville reached deeper into their pocketbook to procure McGregory from MU. With the season starting practice in about a month, Missouri now has to look around as the auditions will become watching the tapes of past performances in lieu of actually auditioning in person. Interestingly enough, Mizzou's recruiting efforts tilt towards defensive players so far. Staying along the same evaluating auditions, now by watching them on tape theme, flipping on Mizzou is a 3-star linebacker Braxton Lindsey. He flipped from Mizzou and committed to BYU. Lindsey chose the Cougars over Missouri, Arkansas, Miami, and Oklahoma. So he's a pretty good athlete when you hear the schools who are recruiting him. He's the number 508th player in the country and number 35 at his position. Lindsey's ranked as the 7th best player in the state of Arkansas and is from Rogers, Arkansas. Missouri made a late push for Lindsey after losing their priority linebacker target last week when Bush also committed to Arkansas. Now, don't get me all riled up about losing 2 recruits. I would think that no school actually signs all the players that they want in a particular year. It's just not going to happen. Coach Drinkwitz has polished some slick-looking one-loss numbers at Mizzou in the last 2 years. Missouri's finished the year ranked in the top 25 and collectively a combined 21-5 overall record, including 11-5 in SEC play, which is tied for a 3rd best 2-year stretch in Missouri history. Already starting his 6th season, Coach Drink has piled up a record of 38-24, which is a 6-13 overall record. He has eclipsed Dan Devine's school record for wins in his first 5 seasons of a Mizzou head coaching tenure. Now keep in mind, Coach Devine had a 10-game regular season schedule in his era. The regular season now is 13 games and a much expanded bowl system where practically every 500 team or above goes to a bowl. There were far fewer bowl games in Devine's head coaching era. Devine didn't worry about wins and losses in pre-conference games. He wanted his non-league schedule to prepare his team for Big 8 competition. He wanted his players to audition for starting roles, not on the practice field, but in game action. Devine stayed away as much as possible from non-conference cupcake wins each year. As good as the SEC conference is, there is always 1 or 2 completely overmatched teams. Drinkwitz holds a 27-7 record on Faroe Field at Memorial Stadium, giving him the best home win percentage in the history of MU. He's been there 4 years. See above about the level of competition. MU has become very accustomed to buying wins by paying for cupcakes to come in and play them, and it'd be an easy win for the Mizzou Tigers when they arrive there. Devine posted a 173, 56, and 9 record in his college coaching career. He left Mizzou for Notre Dame, then moved to professional ranks 71-74 to coach the Green Bay Packers. During those Packer years, the Packers won 1 division title. It would be the only division title between 1968 and 1994 for the Packers. Devine's professional record was 25, 23, and 8. He was a very good coach. In 2024, Mizzou's non-conference football schedule was Missouri State, Buffalo, Boston College, and a road game at Massachusetts, a very inferior team. Did those opponents make Mizzou ready for SEC action? That's questionable. With the Cardinals out of the playoff race, the auditioning for playing prominent positions in 2026 exists at a higher level right now. The higher price to salary, the more is expected of the salary, which really is the way it should be. Off years means off the team or lower pay. There is some keen auditioning going on for the final playoff spots. There are 6 spots from each league for the playoffs, the 3 division winners, and the 3 wild card spots in each league. The most staggering, surprising team still in the playoffs, at least to me, is the Miami Marlins. The Marlins hold a .500 record as of today, They are in third place in the National League Eastern Division behind the Phillies and Mets. With the bulk of the season behind them, we're going to change gears. St. Louis City soccer team holds a 4-6-14 record. To no one's surprise, scoring goals seems to be the major problem. City has 24 goals, which is the second fewest in the MSL. It's not impossible to win with only a few goals, but it's very tough. The seventh place team, Austin, has the lowest number of goals of the MSL with 21 goals. Individually, City's Yoho Klaus has 7 goals to lead the team in goals for the 2025 season. But City is a minus 16 less goals than allowed this season. Each player and coach is auditioning right now for the 2026 team. Despite the win-loss record, City is 10th in the league in attendance with a 21,979 average. St. Louis is still backing this team, the City team. In 2025, in the partial season, St. Louis City's SC average attendance is 21,662. That's only a drop of 3%, but it's still a relatively new franchise. All professional teams audition each year for fans. If fans aren't happy with what they see, they just don't attend the home games. Just take a look at the meager attendance for the 2025 Cardinals, who built up a tremendous fan base over decades, but have fielded inferior teams for the last 3 years. So, St. Louis crowds in 2025 are a pittance of what they were years ago. Cardinals' average home attendance in 25 is 28,881. That's 11th of the 15 National League teams. Just 2 years ago, in 2023, the Cardinals' average attendance was just short of 41,000. Further, this 2025 average attendance is the lowest Cardinals average attendance since 1995. That's a long time ago. Thanks for your time and read. I hope that I've touched some interesting topics for you this week. I realize that each week I'm auditioning to get and keep you as a reader. So please respond with your thoughts. You can post them directly on my Facebook page, Bob Ryan, or email them to me. I would really appreciate it if you spread the word of the Buzz to your friends and family. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure bringing it to you.